This is the episode review of Dandadan episode 8. I've got a funny feeling.
Mr.
Um,
Mr.
I,
Notes over here with this.
yeah, I seriously looked at the number 8 and was like 5. Like it hit my head. It just said 5. Anyway, um, so this episode follows probably one of the best episodes of, I'm gonna say of the year. I'm gonna say anime episode of the year. Is that a hot take? Is that a hot take?
Okay, so you say, sorry, I was like semi locked in. You say that this episode um was the best episode of the year,
Not this
or
episode. I'm
it's
saying that.
following the next episode of the year. Okay, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
this is me saying
yeah,
that episode 7
yeah, yeah, yeah,
is
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
anime episode here.
Yeah,
What do you
sorry,
think?
sorry. I'm
Is that a
locked in
hot
now.
take?
No,
Sure,
no.
you are.
I'm locked in now. No,
Okay.
I don't think that's a hot take. I would absolutely agree with you. Just
I'm torn between this the number 7 episode of Don Don and Free Run's
ooh,
I'm gonna kill you kill yourself episode. Like
yeah. Ooh,
tied
that
between
yeah.
those two.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We haven't even talked about Free Run on this
I
podcast
I
yet,
always
but
forget
we
about
will.
free rent. Ugh, I love free rent.
Free Run's so good.
Yeah, no,
That's a
that is a
legit
tough feed.
suggestion.
Yeah, free rent is a legit suggestion. But that is tricky. That is tricky. I would say since it's the most fresh in my brain that I would agree with you, but free rent is a big contender for sure.
Yeah. So, in saying that, this episode follows that, and like, it's not a bad episode. I don't think it's a
No.
terrible episode. It was more of a, this was a definite setup episode.
Mm-hmm.
There was things that happened towards the end of it, but for the most part, this episode was very like talky, whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
like, that's not bad. I mean, I have in my notes the Momo character development a little bit here by saying like she doesn't want to hate Ira,
Mm-hmm.
but also is like, I'm only not gonna hate you if you don't say sorry to Okaru. So
Yeah,
like,
I have this something similar too. I don't want to like get too into like my reasoning because we haven't like talked about like what exactly happens yet, but I have it noted that there are some developments going on
yeah,
with the characters for sure.
yeah. I mean, I like Momo. I think the change from episode 1 Momo to now has been
Yeah.
pretty blatant, and there's obviously been some time between like her and Okaru have had to have like regular time to hang out now. So I like
Mm-hmm.
that they're kind of defending each other in their own sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
And Ira is like, you're a demon, Momo, but like is also in love with Okaru now. So
Yeah, we have
that's a new development.
a
Love
little
triangle?
love triangle happening now. I feel like this episode was like we had that switch back into like the semi slice of life like romance anime thing going on.
Yeah.
I've the one thing I found really funny now that we're like getting more of Ira's character is that every time she's like interacted with Okaru in this episode, she's just kind of like, I'm a human, but you're a demon. Our love is so forbidden. And it's like really reminding me of like Twilight and like that type of media. So like
Yeah.
her character being kind of like almost satirical has been entertaining me a little bit.
Yeah.
The love triangle was that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. I feel like you kind of like see now that this is like you're seeing how down bad Momo is for sure. Because like,
Yeah.
see, she like crashed out really bad that
Yeah,
season.
she's before we get too far ahead
Mhm.
into the school bit a little bit, do want to mention that Okaroon officially has one ball back. We are back to being a one
Yes,
ball boy as
we're a
now
uniballer right
we're a
now.
uniballer. I feel him. I feel him completely. I get you, Okaroon. Sometimes it just feels good to have one big ball. I get you. So Okaroon has
I'm
one ball
not.
back.
I'm not. I'm not entertaining.
I'll let you decide what that means, commenters. um, yeah, so they tried playing baseball with the ball. I love the little interaction that Hottie Granny and Cat Granny have between each other. think that was hilarious. And she's like, next time I get another ball, I'm gonna strike you out this time. Or whatever she said. She's like, I'm gonna hit that ball
Yeah,
next time.
like how is it the only way that we can reattach it is by playing a game of baseball?
It's so funny.
Like,
Like
ouch.
it's
Ow.
so random. But yeah, so now that we know that he's ball back, so now now he's balling for real. He has two girls after him. I have in my notes here that I'll never not like the school scenes in this show. Like they feel the most real I've ever watched in a high school show, like a high school anime. Like this is probably the most real I've seen teenagers act. Like in every other animation, although I've only seen like I don't know, it's high school DxD counts, right? That counts? Yeah, that counts, whatever. Like I've seen a couple of those shows where it's just very I don't know. I feel like the kids in there act like adults and there's no emotion in there, there's no like I don't know, like something like a piece of art that's not sculpted. That's how it feels when I watch the show when they're talking with each other. They're always just like, "Hey, what's going on?" Like
I need you
that's
to
how
know
it
I'm
feels.
still like focusing on your he's ballin' joke. So I
Oh, yeah, you like that one? You like
no.
that one?
No, I
Yeah, you
didn't.
do.
So I'm back now.
Oh, great.
I
Great. Wow,
I
what a setup for your own joke. Wow, that was crazy. You just threw the ball off the backboard and slammed it in. That was fantastic. Good for you. I'm happy for
slam
you.
dunk. Aha, aha, aha.
I see. I'm right there with you.
Yeah,
That was a bull.
I'm
That was a
back
bull. That was a
now.
bullseye.
Um, yeah, no, I do like the slice of life ish scenes that we get. It does feel like an actual like high school. I do agree a lot with you. And I like seeing Momo interact with her friends. Like it feels very um like I can imagine myself having the same conversations with my friends. So it feels very very real and very like reminiscent, like nostalgic, I think is a better way to put that. Especially when they were
Yeah.
like watching that like thing in class and Momo's just like crashing out and they're like, damn, she's crazy.
Man, she's lost it, man. The shrimp got her. The
She's gone.
shrimp got her. She's gone shrimp. She's talking to the shrimp. She's lost. Oh man, but speaking of reminiscent feelings and how nostalgic feelings, man, getting your romance from a porno is really good. No, Ira.
Yeah,
Ira.
I forgot about that.
I in my notes I
That
have
was
Ira is a
crazy.
freak. Ira
That
is
was
a
insane.
freak.
And fucking Okaroon being like, "Stop, Dolphin!"
And I love the scene of her like reading. Hold on, let me get a manga really
He's gotten up to go get one of his manga.
not her being this is for podcast people who watch it on YouTube. Well, I guess they're
Wow.
all on YouTube.
He said,
This is
"Fuck
her
the
being
listeners for real."
not her looking at the portal being like,
Her
yeah,
her dad's the
yeah.
real freak here because she's like, "I found it in my dad's
Hey,
office."
hey, hey, we're lucky her dad is into vanilla stuff only because God, this could have went way wrong or way worse. And you know what? In a show that wants to talk about stealing balls and cutting off penises, like they could have went way crazier, but they did it. So
she
we're
like
we're happy for that.
she like ambushed him. Like, she
She
for
did it.
real ambushed him. Like,
She's done that now twice. She's a master of ambushes.
like
Like
that's
she really
kidnapping, ambushing.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. So did she get the kidnapping from her dad's stash too? Do we have to look into that?
Yeah, like
Because hey
maybe
yo,
they only showed us her getting into the soft core stuff.
hey yo,
But
hey,
anyway,
but hey, people in the last Dandadan video we posted were all about knowing about the manga. So hey, tell us what we don't
oh
know
no, no,
about
no, that's a fact.
Ira.
I wanted to sorry to like backtrack for real, for real. That's something I wanted to address that like reading all of the comments has been very insightful because like I'm not reading the manga. I know he's kind of like dabbling in it. Like I know he's not like
Yeah.
reading it. Um So thank you for like because I know sometimes like especially in the last episode, like a lot of that sequence, there wasn't a lot of dialogue. So you're just being shown everything that's happening. It's a little bit more difficult to interpret without any type of like speech. So I appreciated people like referencing it in the manga and explaining that it was like clearer and like what was actually happening. So thank you. I really appreciate
Yeah, it
that.
was
Like I
actually
felt like,
pretty.
yeah.
It was a pretty peaceful comment section, not people like trying to be super in your face about you being wrong about something, which I like that. That was a nice change of pace for the internet. Um, so yeah, thank you. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we posted a video that was called I think or I was wrong about this anime. It's our episode review, and we talked about episode 7. There was a lot of insightful comments on there. So if you want
Hmm.
to take a look at that
Yeah.
and to
Thank you.
fully know what we're talking about, go look at it. And if you were one of the commenters, we responded to almost all of them. So
Hmm.
yeah, there was one on there that was like one of them was like I hate you. Like somebody was not very chill. Somebody
I'm sorry,
wasn't chill.
gang.
That was
Sorry,
that was the
gang.
internet I know and love. That
You're
was the
still my
internet.
pal, though.
They were like, I hate you. You're wrong. You're stupid. And I was like,
Yeah,
hell yeah,
it's all
brother.
right.
Thanks for being real.
You're right, I
Uh,
am. It's all good.
yes. So yeah, back to this episode. Yeah, so Ira being a freak is crazy. Momo walking in on that. I felt so bad for her. So
Yeah,
bad.
I felt
Oh.
so bad because like all she especially because earlier before all of that happens, she was like actively trying to like continue like hanging out with Okaroon and like I guess making it like a tradition for them to eat lunch together in like their special spot and him being like, "Nah, I'ma go." Like her thinking that he was lying to her was ouch. I felt so bad for her.
Yeah, well, so I have in my notes here that um anytime you try to lie to a girl by trying to impress them, it always backfires. Don't try to lie. Don't lie to the girl to try and impress them. Never works. It always backfires. There's no going man advice. Don't lie to the girl. They'll know. As pointed
They'll
out in this
they'll
in
know.
this one, they'll know. So yeah, but okay, so Okaroon just being a dumb kid. He's like, I'm gonna show up swole as hell for Momo. What did he think? What did he think he was gonna work out one day and show up later and be like, hey, whoa, hey, Momo, it's
I
going.
appreciate his enthusiasm.
Like, what was he gonna do? He got the training weights on, like he was gonna. Oh my God, then Momo
Not
made a
the
joke
Johnny
about the
Bravoing it.
dude. Momo made a joke about his race weights. He's like, what is this S&M? I
Yeah.
was like, I was
Yeah,
like, what
she's
are they
like,
watching?
are you guys getting kinky? Like, hello?
I was like, what is
In
this?
the school, like in the school like courtyard.
Oh my
Hello?
God. Yeah, so that happens. Ira ambushes Ken and they look like they're gonna I don't know what's happening there. I know Okru was pushing her off and was like trying to be like, no, I don't like you, blah blah blah. But then,
Mm-hmm.
when they were face to face, he was like, oh, but then obviously we see what happens a little bit after that because the aliens and everything shows up. But I don't
Yeah,
know yet.
Return of the Aliens for real.
I don't know yet, but we'll see what happens with that love triangle because they get interrupted by another demon. I don't know, a domain expansion opens up and Godzilla fucking shows up.
Yeah,
What a crazy turn of event,
Godzilla, like that. Him and I like looked at each other and were like, "Is that Godzilla?" Because it was like
dude.
electric and everything. Like, whoa.
Dude, let me tell you, I love Godzilla. Godzilla is one of my favorite things. I'm a huge Godzilla fan. I've watched all the movies. I know like all the eras. I have a bunch of Godzilla t-shirts. Like I think I really got into anime because it was like not subculture, but it's like it's Godzilla, and if you're watching Godzilla stuff, you kind of end up watching anime because it turns to like Power Rangers, and Power Rangers has a lot of anime type of shit, and it's like you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like
I understand you.
there's a circle of understanding between all the fandoms.
It's like
So
what's it like the that iceberg image? Like at the top it's Godzilla. And you just keep going.
Yeah,
Deeper
kind
and
of, kind
deeper.
of. It's like you just end up being somewhere here. Uh, but yeah, so this seeing basically Shin Godzilla. I'll have to show you that movie because the guy who directed it was from Evangelion. The guy who directed that directed
Yeah, I think I did.
Evangelion stuff.
I think I did read
We talked about
somewhere.
it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, she loves Evangelion stuff. So
I
the guy who made
do.
uh uh Evangelion, what is the show called? Well, I can't even remember what it's called right now.
Neon Genesis
Neon
Evangelion.
Genesis. Yeah, I don't know why that was escaping my brain. Neon Genesis Evangelion. The guy who made that was like a co-director or was the director of Godzilla or
I think
of
he was a
Shin Godzilla.
co-director.
Either way, super cool, and there's a lot of his influences in that. You when we watch it, you'll absolutely see what he did in the show. It's so. But anyway, back to Dandadan. Yeah, seeing Shin Godzilla in this was freaking nuts. I was like, oh my God, that's Godzilla. As soon as I saw it, then he did the beam thing too, where he looked. That
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
that was
yeah.
like beat for beat, kind of what I saw in Godzilla -1. Remember when we watched that and he like looks at the
Mm-hmm.
ground, looks at the water, and then it heats up and it evaporates
Mm-hmm.
and then he shoots his beam off. That was so fucking cool. This was so
Mm-hmm.
fucking. This little animation did what seven? I think it was like 6 or 7 episodes of the actual Godzilla anime could not figure out how to do. There's a whole Godzilla anime, and I've never even mentioned it to you because it sucks. It is terrible. I will never
Yeah,
watch that
because
again.
I would have been like, I'd watch it.
Yeah, I know. I won't even put you through that. It sucks. It's not even a good adaptation of anything. It's so boring. But this did what that show tried to do in 2.5 seconds. It was super cool. I'm excited. I like how the it felt the vibrations in the water and then just
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
it went super horror mode with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that.
I really like that. Oh, it also reminded me of there's this video game. I'm sure other video games do this as well, but like the one that is in my head, I don't know if you're familiar. Do you know like the Amnesia like
No.
games? Okay. Well, there's like a water monster and it's a horror game and there's a water monster in the game that like when you step it does the same thing like it tracks movements so it'll like you'll move like a little bit in the water and it'll just like like really close to your
Yeah.
location you have to like stop so I really like the more like horror aspect of it and then we also got a shrimp monster as well.
Or we got the aliens and the shrimp monster working together.
Yes. Yes, yes,
Apparently.
yes.
I don't know. I was like the shrimp monster. The voice was weird. What did you think of the voice of the shrimp monster?
It was a little weird. Not
I
how
didn't
I
really like it.
expect my shrimp to speak.
Yeah, I didn't really like it. It felt like it was like too telepathic, and I didn't really like how it was sounding. It's like I didn't really like how it sounded. I wanted it to sound. I don't know. I don't know what I want a
Like a
shrimp to
deep
sound like.
voice. Like
Maybe,
a
maybe. You
deep,
know what?
a gruff
Uh,
voice.
I'm gonna cut that take. I don't know what I think a shrimp should sound like. So maybe this is what a shrimp should sound like, and I'm just not liking it. I don't know, but
Maybe all
well,
shrimps sound this way.
I don't know what do shrimp sound like. What do they mean?
I don't speak shrimp.
Yeah, so they're back. I thought that was gonna be the start of a really cool fight between him and I thought it was gonna be like a fist fight to the death, which we haven't really seen to this point yet. It's been a lot of like running away and jumping on and trying to and stealing bodies from people. But it was interrupted by the aliens coming down and being like, "We're time to take your dong for real.
We're not
We're here."
messing around this time.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. They're like, "We're back. Get over it. We're here
It was
again."
so chaotic because you're like focusing on the fucking Godzilla monster, then the fucking shrimp,
Yeah,
and
and
then
then the aliens are
they
like,
just
"Give
show
me that
up.
balls." Yeah, they're like, "We're taking the entire banana. Everything's gone. You can keep your balls. We're taking the banana." Like, and then AIRA shows up and is like, "Demon form time,"
Yeah, I
and
was gonna say
her
that's
her
probably like
demon form.
the biggest thing that happened this
Yeah,
episode. She looks cool as hell. Super
yeah,
cool
her,
as
her
hell.
demon form is kind of like a ballerina. We only saw one image of it yet in animation. I know what it looks like from the manga. but like the animation of how it came out, I thought it looked really, really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I liked how it looked like a ballerina, and we're gonna get to see her save the day this time. So that'll
Mm-hmm.
be kind of fun. It also kind of adds into the whole love triangle thing where it's like, she's talking about him being a demon, and yet, you know, she's a demon. So we're gonna get to see how she reacts to being a demon. I want to know if the next episode she's like, I'm not a demon. Like, bro, what were you just doing? She's like, I was just saving you. That's just what I do.
That's my angel form.
Yeah, yeah. She's gonna say something stupid as hell. That's gonna be that. So I'm looking forward to this. I really like the demon form. Did you like the demon form?
Yeah, I really liked how it mixed her like the way she looks with acrobatic silkies. I liked seeing um the reference there. And I also
Yeah.
liked how similar it looks to Okaruns as well. Like they kind of have like the similar like teeth thing going on. Same kind of like hair, crazy hair and stuff.
Right.
So I like the stylistic choice to have her own thing while having like a connection to Okarun.
Hmm.
And in regards to like their love triangle, that's definitely going to be really interesting because she now has something that she can relate to with Okarun that like Momo necessarily can't, like not fully anyway. Um, like they have like a shared experience, like they both can do turn into this thing. They both have like a quote unquote spirit demon thing inside of them. So there's like that shared experience with them that I think would be interesting to see play out in their love triangle. I'm also curious to see like kind of what's gonna happen with Momo because she was on her own, whereas like Okarun and Aira were fortunate enough to be together in this situation. So I'm curious to see kind of like what she's gonna deal with in the next
Yeah.
episode.
I think there's something that I've noticed, but I didn't really super tell until this episode now, and that was the fact that so when these domain expansions open up and you have like their demon form, there's like a bunch of damage around them, and when they pop back out, there's no damage. I guess
Mm-hmm.
that's just their way of like being able to destroy certain cities or certain like parts of towns without there being any real destruction to the real world. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of a cool way to explain away them not having to like, we need to rebuild all of Tokyo.
Yeah.
Like, it's a super easy way to not do the whole Avengers thing where they're like, yeah, we're good guys, but also not paying for your car's insurance. Like
Yeah.
it's super easy way. But yeah, that's our review of this episode. Do you have anything else to add about this episode?
No,
No.
chill.
Okay, cool. So you're chill like that.
I'm a chill
Uh,
guy. So
yeah. Yeah, so if you guys like this episode, let us know in the comments below. Also leave a like, and while you're down there, I don't know, hit the noti bell because you're a chill guy like that. Yeah.